ABC5 responds, when was the last time you checked the balance of your savings account? If you haven't looked for a while, your bank may not have your back if there's fraud on your account.
Let's go ahead and take a look at this, besties, because when you have Jamal Bryant and Rowley and Clown and all these other people getting y'all riled up over DE&I, things that you should be concentrating on are basically finance, your money, how it works, what to do with it, and to check your damn bank account. Like, what are we doing right now? Child, let me calm down. We're going to go ahead and see. I'm going to wait and see what's going on here, but it's sounding already half damn crazy.
This is a lesson one Calumet Heights woman learned the hard way, unfortunately. PJ Randawa shares the story.
I worked my butt off.
For 18 years, Courtney White was a sergeant with the Markham Police Department, and that's where she got her nickname.
I was the overtime queen at work, so all my overtime money went into my savings for my family.
To help those savings grow, Courtney set up a Chase bank account in 2001 with no debit card and no checks.
She set this up in 2001. We are in 2025. So basically 24 years and didn't learn one daggone thing about how a checking, a savings, banking, finance, credit, debits, any of that worked.
I deliberately had my savings account set up where I would have to walk into the bank to make transactions.
And that's what Courtney did every month for years to withdraw money from her son's allowance.
How much money had been in there up until that point?
Probably about $100,000.
What?
Between 80 and 100.
But one day in the fall of 2022, Courtney heard the words many of us dread: insufficient funds. For the first time in months, she checked her account balance.
Girl, good night. Pick a bed and go to sleep.
Let me correct that news reporter. You mean the first time in years that she decided to go and check her account. Now, whose responsibility do y'all think that is? Let me guess. I'm sure it's the bank's responsibility to take care of her finances.
There were daily withdrawals, probably two to four every day.
There were daily withdrawals, probably 2 to 4 every day.
I beg your pardon?
There were daily withdrawals, probably 2 to 4 every day.
I beg your pardon?
There were daily withdrawals, probably 2 to 4 every day, thousands of dollars.
She learned someone had been impersonating her, withdrawing a total of $87,000 from her Chase account, mostly in person at this Chase branch on 103rd Street. It happened for more than a year.
If you look at all of the withdrawal slips, you can clearly see the difference in the handwriting.
So another no accountability type of conversation. Now it's the bank's fault that you didn't check your account for years and check to see that somebody was taking money out of your... That's your responsibility. That's your money. Don't you love how people can just blame anybody these days?
So I don't know how they couldn't catch that.
Does she think that there's one person assigned to her that says, let me go ahead and check Miss Woman's account today and see if anything is wrong? So you didn't have an app, you didn't have any alerts set up, you didn't check your account statement when it was mailed to you, delivered to you at all? Ma'am, that's your responsibility. But people thinking, I'm not even getting into it, child. Go on with this dumbass news segment.
Courtney filed a police report and has filed several fraud claims with Chase Bank since then, but all of them denied. The reason? Chase said she hadn't reported the fraud within 30 days of receiving her statement.
Somebody should have recognized. Somebody should have recognized.
I beg your pardon?
Somebody should have recognized.
I beg your pardon?
This is an outrageous amount of transactions every day.
Lord, please, Lord, please come help your people. Lord, please come help your people. I cannot even believe that she allowed those words to fall out of her mouth. Where are we living right now? What is going on? And guess what? You know what? There was an agency that was available for you to know all about your finances. It was called the CFPB, which Donald Trump is shutting the F down because y'all wasn't using it anyway. Y'all out here wilding on this news program saying any old thing. I can't take it. No accountability or responsibility for nothing. Not a GD thing. Woo!
There should have been some sort of alert. I've never banked like that. And like I said, I've been Chase for 20 years.
NBC5 Response took a closer look at that Chase Bank branch on 103rd. Chicago police records show more than half a dozen Chase customers who used this branch reported unauthorized withdrawals on their accounts within the past few years.
Guess what? Fraud is a thing. We've seen that with daggone Snap. But also, it's your responsibility to know what's going on with your money in your account. That's your name that's on it. You're the one that's going to have to pay taxes if necessary on it. But somehow, some way, this news broadcast wants to concentrate on the bank being the problem. Okay.
The scenarios described, all similar to Courtney's. The data also gave us more insight into what else was happening inside this Chase branch. We found more than a dozen Chase customers reported they were robbed or scammed while using the ATM inside the branch.
So this is Chase's fault too, right? I'm sure it's every bank's fault anytime someone scams them, steals from them, attempts to do whatever outside at the ATM, inside at the ATM, the skimmers that be put on everything. Now, I know that the corporations, the banking system does bear some responsibility, but at the same time, why is the news reporter not focusing on the fact that there's criminals who are criminalizing instead of berating the daggone corporation who can only do so much of what they can do? And the people that reported it, they need to report what's going on and go out there and say, you know what, we don't want no more crime, so we want to lock people up. Do you think that maybe that has something to do with it? And child, I'm not one that wants to be cutting for these damn corporations, but this daggone news broadcast is biased AF, okay? It sounds crazy.
Also frustrating, when it came to Courtney's case, she said Chase wouldn't provide any surveillance video to show who was making all of those withdrawals.
What? Child, we just out here looking crazy. Child, we're just out here looking crazy. So you think that Chase is supposed to give you something that belongs to them just because you want it in a situation where you weren't paying attention? Ma'am, get a lawyer. Ma'am, get a lawyer and get them to subpoena it, and then you can have it, maybe, allegedly. But instead of going, if you really believe in this, and getting yourself a lawyer and letting them do the daggone work, this news program is, again, berating a company about their information because they not giving it to her. Like, who the hell is she that she should be getting any tapes that Chase has? Come on now. Does that even... Woo, Lord, you can't tell y'all nothing. I'm going to just leave it at that. Can't help y'all. The Lord helps those who help themselves. And y'all clearly don't want no help. You just want people to give you shit.
In a statement, a Chase Bank spokesperson told NBC5 Response it reviewed Ms. White's case from 3 years ago and has not reversed its decision. In response to our questions about all the police reports filed at Courtney's Chase branch, they would only say the safety of our employees and customers is our top priority, and our security team works closely with local law enforcement to monitor and ensure that. But as a result of losing her life savings, Courtney says she had to make the heartbreaking decision to take her son out of private school.
I worked hard for that money. And that's what I did for a living, help people who are victims of crimes, fraud, and here I became a victim myself.
Here are some key takeaways. Make it a habit to check the balance on all your bank accounts. Like Chase, your bank may require you to file a fraud claim for suspicious charges within 30 days of receiving your account statement. Set up balance or transaction alerts for your accounts, even the ones you don't use very often. PJ Ren.
Child, you needed a daggone news program to tell you to do these basic ass things. You're telling me that you needed the news to tell you to check the balance on your bank accounts. Filing a fraud claim. You mean when you actually look at your account and see that someone is taking money that you didn't authorize? Someone had to tell you that? And set up transaction alerts? You mean in 2025, you can get them apps to tell you when something happens on your account? I know you effing lying. Who knew? This is so ridiculous damn list that I don't even know what else to say about this. I ain't trying to talk about this daggone woman, child. I'm not trying to talk about this daggone woman. However, this is the dumbest thing that I have seen today. And this is February the 17th, 2025. This is by far the dumbest thing that I have seen today. But the day is anew, and I'm sure that there will be more. We need to do better, okay? Yo, people are so dependent upon other people, and it's crazy. You're dependent upon a freaking corporation. Then y'all be mad at said corporation for whatever the hell it is that they do. I remember there was a time when banking systems charged you over limit fees, late fees, all these fees, and those have basically gone away. Y'all still effing it up. They really don't charge you any fees anymore. Y'all still effing it up. You can't even use the technology of today to help your ass out. You can't even be old-fashioned enough to open up a bank statement and read it, utilize it, see what's going on, say something just ain't right, and then use the damn phone to call up the daggone bank to say, child, something just ain't right. Y'all don't do shit. I cannot imagine why we are where we are with so many things. And I also cannot imagine why Donald Trump has become president when you have stupid ass news programs like this, making people look making yourselves look half damn crazy. You have no knowledge about so many things and refuse to get any to help your damn self. And then you think that the rest of the world is supposed to feel sorry for you. You don't do anything to help your damn selves. You get no empathy. You get no sympathy from me. And clearly you ain't going to get none from these daggone banks. And I don't blame them. And I hate to defend banks. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you are not going to take responsibility for your own damn life, your own damn finances, your own damn kids, your own damn livelihood, then what in the F do you think that anyone else is supposed to do? If it ain't important to you, I'm really not sure why you think it's important to anyone else. This woman won't even go hire a lawyer if she thinks she's wrong. But I'm telling you right now, for years, she's going to get denied anyway. For years of not being responsible, she's going to get denied anyway. So it really is a waste of time for her to even say this. It's a waste of time for this news program to have this daggone thing. And notice that no one is addressing the crime. No one is addressing the crime, but they're blaming Chase basically for the crime happening in their area. Can't imagine why these daggone places are closing anymore. Anyway, child, one thing I do, and I will always acknowledge when I agree with something that Donald Trump says, is fake effing news. This is the fakest news story I've ever heard in my life. So effing biased with no accountability to people who say that they want to be equal, will be equally responsible for your damn self, your livelihood, your finances, your children, and every damn thing else. But what the hell do I know? That's it. That's all. Like this daggone video. Make sure you comment, subscribe if you are new. I see you all in the next one.
They know better than to feed me anything. Because I do not care.